Hey guys, this is Fuberduge, and today we're going to be taking a look at the leader class Hasbro Jetfire. And this is probably one of the only Jetfire figures I've ever been interested in getting, because the third-party Kronos figure, which is an homage to Jetfire, is way too expensive for me, about 200 to 300 bucks. And the G1, you just can't get it fully complete. So, I'm actually very glad that they came out with this thing, and it's leader class, which is great, because he's taller than a few Masterpiece figures, and he's about as tall as some others. So, this box is huge. I mean, here's my hand. I'm touching it. This thing's enormous. So, it's leader class. Let's take a quick look at it. At the bottom, we got, I can't see who that is. Roadbuster, yeah, whoever that is. Anyway, we got the Collectors Club. We got the barcode and stuff. Hasbro. Advanced. Yeah, anyway. Leader class. Photon missile launcher. We come to the side, we get a nice product shot, and then it says Jetfire and the Thrilling 30. Man, 2014 is almost over. The Thrilling 30 is almost done. I'm sad. Here's his tech specs, if you want to see him. And then I'll raise the camera up for his bio. If you would like to read it, go ahead. It's not focusing, sorry about that. There we go. Alright, so there's that. We got his plane mode, we got his robot mode, we got some guns, arm mount cannons, and here, 21 of 30. I don't know what the other 30 or 29 are. We got half of him here and the rest of them there. So that's the box, so let's get him out, and let's see if he's living up to what I've heard about him. Okay, so here we have the Jetfire figure out of his box, and already he just looks massive. I mean, he's huge. To get a good size comparison, we'll get him with his buddy Starscream. Here's a Masterpiece Starscream. They're relatively the same, but Starscream is slightly longer. Like, I'll put their back the same since you can't see it. So his cockpit's about that much longer, about 2 inches or so. So, but hey, whatever. He's still huge. So, yeah, quick 360. I'm sorry if you can't see anything. I'll readjust my camera. Quick 360. He does come with a retractable landing gear, which is really cool. His cockpit does open, and this guy does not fit. Although, he does look like he could, but he just barely doesn't. So that's kind of too bad, but whatever. Closing that back up. These wings are movable, so you can pose these however you want. Personal preference, I like putting them all the way out. And these are personal preference again. He's got 4 thrusters back here, because he's a big dude. And he's got some guns, and his underside is kind of chaotic, let's just say that. But all things considered, this figure looks just totally sweet. So without dillying or dallying, let's just get right down to the transformation. So the first thing you want to do, or what I like to do, you don't have to do this, is take this thing off. I'm not like a huge fan of parts forming, but anyway, without that, his jet really does kind of look like an F-22, I think it is. So that's kind of cool. He is modeled after an F-22. You can put this all the way up. By the way, he does have rollers on his guns down here. So now, what we want to do is detach the cockpit. Fold that back here. That sounds like it could break, but it doesn't. That folds all the way up and just sits there. Take these flaps, fold them up. They were like flat all the way down there. Fold them up. Turn the whole shebang around. I think he does come up. It's very difficult. I just feel like I'm going to break something. That's a gripe I have with this thing. I just feel like I'm totally going to break something. And it does look like I'm going to break something, actually, because there's a piece down here, like this white piece, just, you'll know, oh, there goes the gun. Anyway, if I take it off, oh, his face was coming off. Anyway, yeah, it's just really tight. Just really be careful. I urge caution putting this back on. These guns are all chromed down, and I really like that. Putting this back up, there's his head, switch it around. I do really like his head, by the way. When I get him in robot mode, I'll show you the facial sculpt. So, now what we want to do, this is going to get really tall, so I'll just raise this up a tiny bit so you can see what I'm doing a little bit. These wings were out like this. You'll have to put them in later, but for now, we'll just let them be. These were attached. Tab slot, they were attached there. So, just take these, and swing them on these things, not on the thigh joint, but on these red pieces. Rotate the legs, they were like that, and just rotate them like that. He has nice ratchety knees. It's hard to see because his whole chest is in the way. Pretty much just put these all the way down, kind of raise this up as you're doing it, and put this up. Kind of just let it hang there. And I'm going to have to send him down because we're going to have to adjust the camera. You can see some of my surroundings. Oops. Okay, there we are. So, he's getting really tall, as you see. This is about how tall he's going to be. So, what we can do down here is fold the feet out. It's one piece. It's not separated from the heel spur. So, there's that. And coming up here, we come to his arms. Split up here. Turn this. This is kind of getting in the way. Anyway, just turn it down like so, and just kind of let him hang. Kind of leave him out like that. This whole piece, it's on a black hinge here, a double hinge. Just detach that. Put a little bit of force. It's really kind of tight. It's on a ratchet. Just fold it down like that. Fold this up. Oh, actually, I forgot one step. Fold that in, and this one's already folded in. But just put this back. These, I don't know if you can see, but there's a tab there and a tab there. You just plug those in. That keeps everything locked into place. That's fairly tight. We're almost done. Rotate his... Oh, you didn't see that, but rotate his arms like so. And then we come to the back. Actually, we can fold his wings up now. Just keep his cockpit up there. It doesn't really tab anything. It just sits up there. So, now we come to the final part, which is actually before we put the cockpit up there. You have this. And you can put this on two ways. You can do this, and that's more of like the G1 toy kind of feel. Or you can do more of the cartoon, like Skyfire kind of feel. I'll just leave it like that because that's how he came. So, I believe that's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, so you can see everything, there is Jetfire in all of his glory. And so, kind of scoot back a little bit so you can see what the heck I'm doing. Alright, so, there he is, and already he just looks great. He does come with a gun that does fire. And it goes very far, so be careful. Don't lose it or anything, that'd be very bad. So, let's just plug into his hand, and he's got a bunch of different... Oh, there goes the bullet. That's a gripe I have with this thing. The bullet comes out very easily. Could have put this... This is the notch that if you press it down, it turns. Like I said, I'm just not even going to put it in. Anyway, so we can hold it like that. Let's bring in a few size comparisons. So first we have his good old buddy, or former buddy, Starscream. And he's about the same height, but in the cartoon he was much bigger than Starscream. He's already a little bit taller just from his pieces. You can make him much taller by swapping these around. But I'd say he'd go good with the Generation Starscream, which is about this tall, where my fingers is. Or my fingers are. So, taking Starscream out of here. His new leader, Optimus Prime. Prime is a lot taller. I don't have the, I think it's the Classics Prime, sorry. But I think the Classics Prime is about this tall. Anyway, the Classics and Generations would just fit a lot better. But I only have Masterpiece figures to scale. That's about how tall Prime should be right next to him, is Prowl. And then, of course, we have Mr. Over-the-Top, tall Megatron. He's just too big. They need to please remake a new Megatron. I just dropped him. Anyway, please, just make a new Megatron. Takara, or Hasbro, I don't care who. Just, someone please make a new Megatron. So, now we come to the posability in this figure. I'm just going to take this off, because it's getting in the way. I really do like the chrome. It is, I suppose it is scratchable, but hey. If you're careful like me, then you won't scratch it. So, coming up close. He's on a ratchet joint here. It would rotate 360 degrees if the wings were in here, so it about goes up like that. Comes out. Has a bicep swivel. Nice elbow joint. Wrist. Does not pivot. Ooh, that's some down points for me. The wrist does not pivot. Oh well. Head is on kind of a swivel, up and down, turn joint. And, his legs, got a nice ratchet fly, in and out, rotate, bends at the knee. The foot, you can kind of do that, but there's not really much point to that, so this came off. Anyway, you can get quite a few poses with this dude. So, yeah. Here's a few more accessories you can do with him. You can just take these off. You can take all his stuff off, I think. Everything. Yep. Everything comes off. And actually, what you can do is take this, plug this onto here, and plug this onto here. You can make the Ultra Gun, which looks very dangerous and kind of cheesy to me. But anyway, setting these off to the side, and his backpack. Just plain old Jetfire, which doesn't look too terrible. And actually, this is supposed to come out more. There we are. Doesn't look too terrible, but he looks kind of skinny to me. So, another thing you can do, which is I thought was really cool, is you can actually make him look more Skyfire-ish. Take off his mask, and he looks more like Skyfire or Jetfire or whatever. But like, that's more cartoon-esque. This is more. I'll put this back on so you can get a good look at him. Focus, focus, focus. There we go. Nice face. He's got kind of like these radio thingies. You can't really see because these things are black. Sorry about that. There we go. Take this off. Looks just like Skyfire from the cartoon. Those of you who know who Skyfire is. I think that's really cool. And this face sculpt, honestly, I like. You got some nice light piping. It's kind of tied in with his kind of strip thing on his head. So, I don't know. It's kind of blocking the light piping, but oh, there we go. There we got some good stuff. So, we'll just put all his crap back on. I'm going to try it like this now for the rest of the review. I'll make him look G1 Toy Jetfire-ish. So, I'm just putting all this crap back on. He's a great figure. I highly recommend him. Probably one of the best figures Hasbro's come out with in a while. Not saying that Hasbro doesn't make good figures, but this guy is like, they really knocked it out of the park with this one. I love this figure already. In my opinion, he's the best official licensed product Jetfire to ever come out. And I think he'll stay that way for a while until, if they make a Masterpiece one, then that'd be great. Of course, there's the Chronos. That looks more accurate to the Skyfire version. But if you would ever want like a cross between like a cartoon version or a toy version, this is it. I mean, that looks pretty toy accurate. But anyway, I can't express enough how much I love this figure. So if you want him, he's about $50. You can get him at BigBadToyStory.com. I'll put a link in the description below. Anyway, so I think that's all there is to say about this. I highly recommend this. Get it. Yes, if you are a Transformers fan, you need Jetfire. He is the bomb. Get this dude. Get him now. Not now, but whenever. Anyway, so, again, thanks for tuning in. This has been Foover Dudes. Please subscribe, check out my other videos, and rate them. And, keep playing, guys.